Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to episode 11 on my New Zealand Warriors career mode. We're in season 3, and yeah, that's a lot better start than what the previous episode was. But let's get into the episode. You can see here, starting off just like real life. Well, it depends on when this is uploaded, but we're in amongst the Origin series, and as you saw, New South Wales ended up picking up the victory. And I thought it was a little bit relevant as we had a few players involved, Fleta Mateo and Jake Lilliman in particular. But this episode we're going to be taking on the Manly-Warringah Sea Eagles and the Brisbane Broncos. So all teams should be back to 100%, barring injuries, like I said last episode. You know, the dream's still alive for us, going undefeated. You might be saying, oh, aren't you a bit content just getting the premiership? But we've got the premiership like the last 2 seasons, whatever. You know, it's nothing new to us. It's just to be expected. How we do it, how we go about doing it, you know, that's what's impressive to me. So undefeated, that's what we're going for. Manly-Warringah gets us off to a great start there, picking off an intercept. Didn't catch you actually through the pass, but yeah, just easy as. I didn't even really need to control it. It sort of just happened. One of the ones where you sort of have the player teleported. I mean, it wasn't a huge drastic one, but yeah, it was one of the ones that got teleported. Now, Manly here, I gotta say, this was very, very impressive up until that point. Brett Stewart, what the fuck are you doing? I have no words for what happened. Can't believe this actually happened. This is something that sort of happens in online stuff in the few games that I've played, but never to the computer. I couldn't believe when it happened, and as soon as that happened, you know, I thought maybe I should go buy a lotto ticket. Manly actually were pretty good in this game, I have to say. Although it might not come across in some of the games, like a lot of the times in these sort of games, you know, I just show the main things like me scoring or whatever, or you know, a big line break or something, or a big hit. But the general consensus of the game, it's, you know, it's hard to get a judge because you're only seeing little clips of it. The games go for about 20 minutes each, and you know, it's all getting put down into 8-minute videos or whatever, and like a 4 per game. So you know, you do the math, not much actually makes it into the video. But what is going to make it into the video is Bill Tupou making another break, gets it to Conrad Hurrell, and he ends up getting tackled. But 12-0 at half-time, we'll definitely take that. Manly, you know, definitely should have had a try before, except for Brett Stewart blowing it, which is something you wouldn't expect him to do, in particular in real life. It's just not going to happen. But Simon Mannering ends up with the ball here, just keeping it alive. Thankfully for us, I think the best thing to do there was just to die with it. As you can see, when you don't just die with the ball when it's needed, you throw intercepts, just like we did just then. Moving along to the 68th minute here, Mossy Masoy gets a great ball to Simon Mannering, and that just relieved a little bit of a pressure for us. You know, Manly just constantly throwing stuff at us. We defended quite well, as you can see, by, you know, the fact that we're still 12-0 up, soon to be 18-0 up here. They're going to go up to the video ref, and once again, apologies for showing the video ref, because it's obvious he's got the ball down, but I thought it'd just be cool just to show the onside. Is he onside? You know, it's a little bit questionable. And question for you guys is, even though they show that camera angle, like, does that even matter? Could I just run like 20 meters back, put up a bomb, and just like had a player stand under it? I mean, I think it does play a part, but I don't know. There's been a few questionable decisions. Definitely no thing of like being inside the 10, but it's probably hard to do in a video game. Anyways, I digress. 18-0 up. We've got Kevin Locke being put into a gap there. I think it was Hoffman or someone who put him into the gap there. And Manly-Warringah is just going to go, and that's going to be the sealer if it wasn't already sealed, which it probably was. But 22-0 up, kick to come. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy kick because, yeah, I'm not going to assure you of making the kick. So let's take a look, let's see what happens. Minimal wind, bringing it around right to left, and ends up going over just as we normally do. Sean Johnson, great kicker in this game, and I did edit him, by the way, for people wondering. Not usually right-footed on this game, left-footed. Anyways, 24-0, we'll definitely take that. Manly, as you saw, they have the ability to just strike at any moment. Thankfully for us, when they did strike, we went and got under the ball and they dropped it. Anyways, you saw there's a few teams still on the bye. We're not one of them. I think we've had majority of our byes. But yeah, moving into the second game against the Broncos, it's another home game for us, so that's quite good for us, even though we've been able to rectify the problem of travelling, which is a huge issue in real life for the Warriors, something they need to work out, but for me, not a problem. We are taking on the Broncos though. Will Zillman at fullback, I think that's a little bit funny. Anyways, let's get into the video, the kickoff. I think it's Johnson who takes it, and Mannering runs it up, and that's the start of the game. As you saw just from the run from Mannering, we were pretty switched on, palming off the very first tackle, so pretty good there. Berryman. I'm not really sure who he is. I know he's a real player, but I've never seen him play. He ends up getting thrown into touch by Martin Vadavai, just manhandled him really. And Bill Tupou gets manhandled a little bit there. It's a very strong tackle on the back foot. Great stuff from them. And straight after that, for some reason I had a little bit of a cut in there. I must have forgot to edit it out, but we ended up going pretty close there, but we ended up just throwing it out to Kevin Locke, who just, the change of direction works pretty well. And I have to say, even though there was no step or anything, just the fact that you can sort of change direction, sometimes it makes it look kind of good, because obviously when you change direction drastically like that, you sort of, unless you're too fast to check, you know, it takes a little bit of time. So the fact that we just don't just sort of just change direction all of a sudden, I kind of like that. Also a little bit of a delay, it also makes it look cool when you go through a gap, which we did just before then. And now to bring it to 12-0 against the Broncos, which really should seal the game in my opinion, even though I don't think it's been half time. Maybe it has already, I really don't know. And I've just have a look, it's not half time. They have made a break here. Now this is going to be a great sequence to play here, lots of palming. Jack Reed ends up getting it to Wallace, who ends up getting brought down, and basically there's just great defense here, great scramble, and we ended up getting the ball. We did cough it up pretty quickly, but it was nothing too major, as we sort of just got it back straight away. Okay, still in the first half. This is the last clip of the first half. As you can see there, the halftime whistle has went off, even though you can't hear it, but you saw in the bottom left hand corner it was halftime, 12-0. We'll definitely take that. Our completions have been rather good, surprisingly. That's something that we do struggle to do, even though we win, you know, by a huge margin. Sometimes the completions aren't necessarily the best. Got to pronounce my words, got to keep doing that. But Mossy Masoi, as he's done a fair few times, he's so good. Mossy, I had him in my South career, signed him here at the first chance, because, you know, his wages or whatever, his salary is just barely anything. Bill Tupou, one of the few stuff ups that we've had for him, gets bundled into touch, but before he did that, he threw it back in, and it didn't really matter because they ended up with the ball, and I think we gave away a penalty as well off the back of that. But yeah, Mossy Masoi, been a bit of a revelation for us in the whole career mode. Just, he's so good. I like him in real life, but I like him a lot better in the game, but we'll keep it at that. Anyways, a nice little break up the sideline there. Conrad Harrell couldn't get it back to anybody, but Josh Hoffman going to take it to the line, getting it to Sean Johnson. A little bit of roles reversed there. Thankfully, Hoffman actually has played a little bit of 5'8", as you're well aware of, although on the game you wouldn't know. But yeah, Josh Hoffman can do a little bit of ball playing, although Justin Hodges says otherwise. But yeah, 3 out of 3. 18-0 up, and that's how it ends. We'll definitely take that. I know that's the common thing that I say, we'll definitely take it, but like I've said many times, we're just going for the undefeated season, and I don't really care how we do it, how impressive it is, whether we win 40-0, whether we win 1-0, whatever. As long as we get that win, I just want this to be over and done with. And with that, you can take a look at the ladder. Not that it really matters. Obviously, we're undefeated. We're going to be on top at the end of the season if everything goes to plan. And yeah, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can leave a like. 20 would be awesome. Subscribe to my channel. Getting close to 1,000 at the time of recording this. So hopefully with any luck we'll be over that when this video is up. But yeah, if not, keep subscribing. And if we have, keep subscribing as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Mr. Luke on YT is my Twitter handle. Facebook page is in the description below. And with that, I'd like to say thanks for watching. And hopefully you can go and watch my other videos. Bye guys.